This video, we're going to do our first kaiju review that is not Godzilla related. We're going to rewind review, I should say, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. Okay guys, welcome back. So this is one of the newer Gamera movies. This one I believe came out in 1995. I first saw Gamera when I was a kid, not as young as when I saw Godzilla. I would say probably around 10 or 11. And I saw the Gamera movie where they kind of did a little collage of all his battles with different monsters. And then it had these space girls that were like Japanese version of the Charlie's Angels, and the little kid that had the turtle, put it in the water, and it turned into Gamera. I wish I could remember the name of that movie. So if there's any Gamera fans out there that remember the name of that particular movie, let me know, because that's one of the ones I've been looking for. The one that has like a little collage of all his best battles and the little kid and the Charlie's Angel alien chicks. But this movie is definitely a lot different from those very happy-go-lucky movies from back in the day. Guardian of the Universe obviously has one of his villains in there, his classic villains, Gaios. I think it's spelled a little bit differently than the original. And basically the story behind this one is that they were both ancient creatures that were created. One was created and evolved to a point where it started destroying its creator, and then Gamera was created to protect them, but it never materialized on time, and they left him around to protect people of the future. That was the essence of the movie. And this movie is fairly violent. You know, there are some shots of Gaios eating people. When he swoops down and he picks up the dog, that was just like, whoa. I thought he was going to get that woman too. She dove out of the way right on time. And then that beam, he still has that classic beam. And it's kind of cool because it starts off as like a sonic beam, and then it turns into like this pierce anything kind of beam. And obviously you see Gamera in this movie. I love the way he looks compared to back in the day. Back in the day, he looked very friendly. He looked very goofy. This one, he definitely looks a lot, you know, more ferocious. Obviously, everybody mistakes him for being a monster that's going out to destroy them. When he first touches down, he's in Japan wreaking havoc, much like much like Godzilla would. And it's definitely a step up from the older movies. And it's funny because I hadn't seen it in a long time, and they have the trilogy on Blu-ray that I want to pick up because I also want to see the other two movies. And because I've heard they're really, really good, but I want to get them on Blu-ray. And they have the trilogy on Blu-ray, I believe, on Amazon for about $7.99. So I got to pick that up because now I want to see the other two. I've never seen them. And you know, Gamera is an interesting kaiju because, you know, he's always been in the shadow of Godzilla. You would say that he's probably just as popular, but there's a lot of Godzilla fans that some don't want to admit they're a closet case Gamera fan. That Gamera is a guilty pleasure. And the unfortunate thing with Gamera is, and I know a lot of people out there have always wanted to see him fight Godzilla. It's a battle that I don't know if we're ever going to get. And especially now with Godzilla's whole image taking a step up this May, because you see, if you try to do, no matter how hard you try to take Gamera into a serious light, no matter how hard you do it, you could get the best director, the best creator, the best writers. No one will ever take him seriously, in my opinion, because he's a turtle. You know, and that's the problem, is that no matter how ferocious you make him, no matter how good of a story you put him in, no matter how you display him on the silver screen, even if you were to do it in America, especially in America, no one's going to take him seriously. They're going to call him a giant ninja turtle or something like that, and that's the problem. And now it's going to be even tougher to get a fantasy fight like that for us, because you see the tone of the new Godzilla movie, and you see the tone that the direction they're going with that. So it's going to make it even harder to ever have a Gamera fight Godzilla, because what you're going to do is no one's going to take Gamera seriously, and then you're going to take what they're going to do with Godzilla now, and you're going to bring him back down to what he was, and what, you know, with the whole like Zilla thing and all that. So I think that's what the issue. If we're ever going to see a Godzilla versus Gamera, it's going to have to be suit on suit, and it's going to have to be Japanese made. I don't think we'll ever see one here in America. That's not to say that I won't be wrong, and I hope I am. I would love to see a Gamera movie done here in America in the same light as Godzilla, but a lot of studios won't go for that because no one will take a giant turtle seriously. They just won't, especially one that flies and shoots rockets out of his, his feet and his feet hole and arm hole and all that, and spins around. You know, it's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. So, but in terms of the movie, you could see that this movie has a very serious tone. And you know what? A credit to the director. I don't know his name at the moment, but he definitely took a kaiju that's very hard to take seriously because of what he is, and I thought was very successful in making a serious movie. The special effects are pretty decent. The cool thing about Gamera is all about shooting the fire. So I like in this one how he shoots the fireballs. And Giles is one of his classic enemies. They had that nice fight in the city where Giles was laying eggs and Gamera comes out of the ground, shoots a fireball. Giles barely takes off, and as he takes off, all his eggs are falling, and they're flying around the city, just whooping each other's ass. I mean, the movie, when you're not doing the kaiju, when you don't see Gamera or Giles, it's a little boring for me. It did get a little boring, and it's not that I didn't pay attention to the story. I understood the story. It's not that the story was bad, but I think the problem for me was I made the mistake of watching it in English. So the voiceover was horrendous, and I have to watch it again with Japanese and English subtitles because, dude, if you're gonna watch this movie, don't watch it in English. It's horrendous. It's horrible. It's bad. So, and I think that's what took away the element for me, was because when you have them talking seriously or trying to explain the story, and you have this voice acting that just sounds crap, it really does take away from the movie. So I highly suggest you watch the movie in Japanese. But overall, the movie is fun, and it's a big step up from what they've done. I am very excited to see the next two installments in this trilogy, and I'm going to see them in Blu-ray. That's what I want to do. And yeah, I thought this movie was great. It's been a while since I've seen it, but some of the fight scenes, the connection with Gamera and the girl, that was pretty cool. Like every time he got hit or hurt, I mean, she was bleeding and she had bruises on her hand, bleeding out of her arm, but getting her head hit, so she got lumped up pretty good. But the movie was good. Very, very good movie. Very fun. If you're a big Gamera fan, you haven't seen it, I suggest you do. It's really good to see it in Japanese because English, no good, no good. But overall, like I said, Gamera, who knows what we'll see one day. It would be great to have him over here. It's just, those closet case Gamera fans out there who are too ashamed to come out and admit they like him, and I know that's nobody here. I'm just saying in general, they need to step up and get the word out because I think Godzilla 2014 is going to be the movie that sets a new standard for a genre. As much as I love superhero movies, we've done a lot of that, and I think it's time for a new genre, something that people could look forward to going to the movies to see that's not superhero related. And I think Godzilla is going to pull that off. And if he does, then we need to make a big movement for Gamera next because I think he deserves it. I think he deserves to step out of his shadow, out of the shadow of Godzilla, and have his time, have his moment. I think, me personally, I think that should happen. But time will tell, and we will see, guys. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it, and let me know your thoughts on Gamera overall, and also let me know your thoughts on the movie and what you thought about it. And I'll see you guys next video. Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host, Rob. This video, we're going to do our first kaiju review that is not Godzilla related. We're going to rewind review, I should say, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. Okay guys, welcome back. So this is one of the newer Gamera movies. This one I believe came out in 1995. I first saw Gamera when I was a kid, not as young as when I saw Godzilla. I would say probably around 10 or 11. And I saw the Gamera movie where they kind of did a little collage of all his battles with different monsters. And then it had these space girls that were like Japanese version of the Charlie's Angels, and the little kid that had the turtle, put it in the water, and it turned into Gamera. I wish I could remember the name of that movie. So if there's any Gamera fans out there that remember the name of that particular movie, let me know, because that's one of the ones I've been looking for. The one that has like a little collage of all his best battles and the little kid and the Charlie